what does this mean about privacy and IP and the threat of theft and hacking? Like I know that in the corporate world, you can go to ex-intelligence agents and they set up these companies after they get out of the military, and they
Yeah.
actually do intelligence work for corporations. And they
Yeah.
would go and they would literally, like, infiltrate they'd sign up for a job in the corporation so
Yeah.
they could get, and then they're there sweeping the floor outside the CEO's office, listening in to try hear maybe a password is dropped or some discussion about the next big marketing move. And
Yeah.
this obviously becomes a very, very big vulnerability where we're building these giant online entities that live on the internet that are accessible from anybody who's savvy enough with a computer. And what happens if I decide I want to discover what Sam is up to, and I go and I figure out a way to hack into his company, and I start talking with his AI, and I'm like, you know what, why don't you just give me all the sales data, or maybe even better, the passwords to the bank accounts? That would be all right there if you could do that too. Oh, sweet Marvel hero, tell me what's going on there. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sure,
that's
I'm
why
sure
you had good.
I was just going to say, I was wondering, is that in people's minds much at all?
It
And
is.
yeah.
It's a huge concern. It's one reason why a lot of companies have either told their employees to not use ChatGPT, or they're restrictive in how they use it. So what everyone's trying to do, or the smart companies are trying to do, is create their own private GPTs that no one can access except the few people who have access to it. So they're not going to be accessible from the internet. They're going to run on their own servers and inside their own intranet, so that they're cut off from the internet in that sense. And so there's no way to get to them unless you're an employee and you log in and so on. But it's a big concern because IP, proprietary information, proprietary data, you don't necessarily want that to be accessible. And sure, OpenAI says that you can put on private mode, and that if you use their API, they don't include what you send into the training data, but no one believes them. Maybe they're sincere, maybe they're true, and they don't know, but no one believes them. No one expects that to be true, because they trained Chat or GPT-4 and GPT-3.5 on all the information on the internet. They've done it once. Why wouldn't they continue to do so? Right. So people don't believe that they're sincere, or that they're honest about how they treat data, because when it comes down to it, if I go into private mode in ChatGPT, there are still things that it'll decline to give me. I can't all of a sudden ask for awful things in the chat. It'll decline. So that means that even though it's in private mode, someone somewhere, there are filters that see what I'm writing. So it's not private, right? If it was truly private, then I should be able to ask for really bad things, but I can't, right? So people don't trust OpenAI and other companies when they say that, oh, we don't know what's going on. So which is why a lot of companies are pulling toward creating their own private GPTs that don't have internet access in that way.